Hello, my name is Charles Ardinger, and I'll be working with you in your English 100 class for the next 8 weeks as your instructor. I'm looking forward to getting to know you through the course of the class, in the sense that I'll be reading your work and learning about how you think and how you feel about certain subjects. For that reason, I thought it was only fair that I introduce myself to you and give you a chance to get to know me and how I think and how I feel about certain subjects. So we'll be learning more about each other through the course of the class. Again, my name is Charles Ardinger. I'm an instructor here at Coastline Community College and have been since 2013. Before that, I got my master's degree from Cal State Fullerton. Go Titans. Among my specialties, my main specialty is English grammar. I really enjoy thinking about English grammar, talking about it, answering questions about it. So if you have any questions about grammar as we continue the class, I hope that you will not hesitate to ask me. Since you have this video, I know you have my email address, and as you'll see as class progresses, there are other ways of getting in touch with me. So that's a little bit about me. I want to conclude this introduction by showing you some features of the class as I have it designed. If you see these early and get some explanation, it's my hope that the class will run more smoothly for all of us and give you a more educational experience. So let's take a look at our home page. So this is our home page. It is the front page of this class and the first thing that you'll see as you participate. So let's take a look at some of the features that are in this class. First, I'd like you to notice the announcements. Notice that announcements appear on the home page. And the way to read them is simply to put your mouse over the announcement and click. And look, there's the announcement. So you can read that. I'll be posting, as it says, announcements at least once each week. And it's in your best interest to look at the announcements and read them and, learn from them. Also, I want you to notice that on the front page there is this to-do list. So there's the megaphone that says you have an announcement to read. There's the rocket ship that says there's a quiz coming, and a discussion, and an assignment. Notice that these all have dates. And if you're more visually inclined, there's also a calendar here on the home page. There are also links to each module, module being the thing that you'll be looking at in the course of a week of class. So if you're done Module 1, you can click ahead to Module 2 without having to go through each page in succession. I also want to draw your attention to this link in the left menu of the home page that says Grades. This is how you'll be getting feedback from me, and it's really important because feedback from me is a lot of the content that I provide in this course. So you'll want to know how to see that. So let's take a look at the test student. Canvas provides me with a fake student that I can use to demonstrate things in just this way. And take a look at his grades. So as you see, when you click grades, there's a list of assignments that you'll be doing. And in fact, test student has already completed assignment 1. Way ahead of schedule, you'll notice. I'm not expecting anything from you until August 28th. So, if I'm test student, and I want to know how I did on my assignment, I'll look at the score, 45%, that's not too good, and then I'll click on the assignment to see what the professor had to say about it. Well, I noticed that apparently the professor says I didn't turn in a paragraph for step 2 of this assignment. So I need to remember to read the instructions really carefully and make sure that I've done every assignment possible and every part of the assignment possible. I can also click this link that says View Feedback, and I will get a small copy of my paragraph. And I can look at annotations, which are things that the professor has written on my paper. And I can also look at highlights, which are where the bit of text is highlighted in another color, and there's a comment that the professor makes on it. This is pretty hard to read, but again, that is because the window that this camera is using is a little bit smaller than your screen probably is, so you'll be able to see this much better when you're actually looking at your own assignments. Also, if you want to see in more detail how I graded your assignment, you can click this link that says Show Rubric, and you'll see your score for each criterion on the rubric that I include with each assignment. So, for instance, Introduction and Conclusion got a 0 on this assignment, probably because student did not submit them. And that's what I want to say about the grades. And I'd like to end this introduction to the features of the class by pointing out that I have office hours. Notice that these office hours are via Zoom, Monday, 6:30 to 8 Pacific Time, or 1830 to 2000 if you're in the military. And you may be wondering how you can actually come to my office when this is an online class. Notice that these office hours are via Zoom, and that you have a link on the front page that says Confer Zoom. When you click that link, you will see a calendar that looks a little like this. This is actually the calendar that I use. This is the teacher's view. But I would like to point out that you will have a similar calendar with the dates. And as you get to Monday, August 24th, you'll notice that there is a link here. This link is for the Zoom meeting that I will be hosting on that day. So to join my office hours, simply click that link during the time at which I'm hosting the meeting, and we'll be able to chat with each other, to see each other's faces. You can ask questions about what's going on in the class, and I can ask questions about what's going on with you. We can have conversations. I think that's very pleasant. And so these are the features of the class as I have designed it. I would like to thank you for enrolling in this class. After all, there's no use for an instructor if there are no students, so you're a very important part of the class, and I'm very happy that you're in it. Again, I'm looking forward to getting to know you better through your writing, and I want to remind you that you can get in touch with me if you have any questions about anything. Thank you very much for your time and attention.